Hello, Ray here. You're watching an In a Nutshell video, where I try to make short summaries of games and other media. For this video, I'm gonna do this game, Jumper 2, released in 2004.
Right, are you doing okay?
No, apparently I'm not. I spent 3 hours controlling a character that I absolutely hate. I don't feel like doing anything right now.
Do you want me to-
so emotionally drained right now.
Do you want me to take control for you?
Go ahead, see if I care.
Okay. Man, it seems like he really hates this game. Anyways, this game is part of the Jumper series. We've already done the first game. We'll go ahead and do the third game as soon as Ray finishes the second game.
Not playing that game.
F it. You are going to play the game.
No, I'm not.
Yes.
No!
Fine, we'll figure out something. Okay, so we'll have to use someone's recording for the last few levels since Ray is too lazy to complete
Shut
them.
up, meme. I'm not lazy. I nearly smashed my keyboard.
Anyways,
because the game
let's get to Ray. Shut up. Anyway, summarizing time. The game starts by recapitulating the events of the first game: Ultimate Soldier Experiment, most experiments failed, labs abandoned, Ogmo escapes from one of them, Ogmo gets captured, Ogmo escapes. It shows Ogmo escaping the plane. Ogmo then lands in the temple and traverses through it until he reaches the jungle area. He goes through that and encounters 2 experiments similar to him, a pink one named Princess and a white one named Upside. They leave the jungle area and end up outside where a yellow floating guy named the Conductor seizes Ogmo and throws him into a train car. He then tells the other 2 that he'll come for them next. Ogmo now has to escape a train. If he dies, you'll have to witness a needlessly long death sequence that consists of him falling to the ground and then bouncing on the tracks. Those are your words, not mine. Anyways, he reaches the front of the train and encounters the Conductor. Ogmo defeats the Conductor by dropping blocks on him until he falls off of the train. The train eventually crashes into a rock, throwing Ogmo out of the cart. He is apparently knocked unconscious as the resulting impact throws him into a dream. This is irrelevant to the game's plot. Again, your words, not mine. It then cuts to a building located somewhere in the mountains named Evil Corp, which pretty much speaks for itself. The boss gets a call from one of their lackeys and is told that the Conductor fell off of his train. The boss quite frankly does not care and mentions something about 2 operatives, which is likely referring to Princess and Upside. He orders them to bring him Ghostbot. Ghostbot comes into the room and the boss instructs him to capture Ogmo. Meanwhile, Ogmo has fallen into the caves. He proceeds to escape, but as he's doing so, he runs into a dead end where Ghostbot catches him. It cuts to Evil Corp, where the boss is informed that Ogmo is captured and is told where he's located in the factory. Petty pieces of crap. Ray, stop talking. The boss then tells the lackey to begin production of robots modeled after Ogmo. Meanwhile, Ogmo escapes his cell and traverses through the factory, with multiple rooms showing the ongoing process of the Ogmo clone creation. He then breaks into the boss's office by throwing 3 blocks of TNT into a hole. He enters the office and runs into the boss, who has him trapped behind an electric wall. He is then coerced into telling Ogmo his plans to the experiment's silence. He tells Ogmo that the copies will be built based on the experiment's great intelligence. He goes through 140 Ogmo copies and orders them to rob a bank. The Ogmos don't do anything for a moment and he orders them again. The Ogmos instead walk scattered in one place. The boss proceeds to call Ogmo what is most likely the worst name to ever call someone. He had ordered the Ogmo clones to be thrown into the ocean. He is then asked about what they should do with Ogmo and the boss simply just doesn't care about him anymore, and so Ogmo is shot out of the building's cannon into the mountains. A scientist comes with some ill-timed information regarding Ogmo, and the exasperated boss tells him to send Ghostbot out again. Ogmo soon escapes the mountains, only to get captured by Ghostbot. Again, and now we had to replay through levels with slippery controls.
Ray, please.
Why does he keep running to it?
Wait, please, calm down and stop talking. Ogmo ends up in the tower, with the first level having this strange mechanic where you cannot jump onto the metal towels or you'll wake up Ghostbot.
So you decided to play it some more, right, Ray?
That doesn't matter.
Because we now have new footage! Let's do this. Ogmo eventually reaches the top of the tower where the boss is waiting for him. The boss tells Ogmo that he's actually helped him make a better army of robots and hits Ogmo with lightning, powering his army. It then cuts to the ground where his army of evil bots arrive, but also the Ogmo bots, which are now rusted. The Ogmo bots are easily winning against the evil bots. The boss, now helpless, attempts to attack Ogmo by charging at him, falling off of the mountain. Lightning starts inching its way towards Ogmo, who is forced to jump off of the mountain. A boss fight ensues against the boss, who keeps spamming red balls at Ogmo. Ogmo has to hit the blue balls back at the boss to defeat him. This proves to be very annoying, your words. Eventually, Ogmo defeats him and now has to make his escape. At one point, he and Ghostbot help each other out. Turns out Ghostbot has decided that the boss is not worth helping anymore. He also avoids some evil bots.
This also proves to be very annoying.
Shut up.
He then gets to the top where he finally confronts the boss, with Ghostbot there waiting for Ogmo's help, but Princess and Upside are also there. He can die from touching either one of the two. Ogmo hits the blue balls towards Ghostbot, powering him up as a result. Ghostbot then shoots a projectile at the boss, defeating him. The resulting explosion tosses Ogmo, Princess, and Upside from the tower. The game ends with Ogmo seeing another Ogmo impaled on a spike? Oh my god. That looks brutal. Anyways, well guys, this has been in a nutshell. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. See you next time. Okay, seriously, Ray? Are you doing fine? I guess I'm doing better now. Okay,